This is a short sequence that's all about enlivening your core. If you're new to yoga, don't do anything that hurts. Particularly don't do anything that hurts your lower back or hurts your knees. Now, as we go through this sequence, we're going to be breathing really deeply. Take the hands on your belly. As you breathe in through the nose, feel how the belly expands. As you breathe out through the nose, feel how the belly gathers in. Inhale, expanding the breath into the belly and sending breath to the pelvic floor. Exhale, gather the belly in. Gather both halves of the belly towards the midline. Feel a horizontal contraction across the belly. Inhale, soften the belly, send the breath to pelvic floor. Exhale, lightly contracting both halves of the belly towards the midline. We'll keep doing this through the whole class. So the overall intent is to enliven your core, but we'll be using this breath in lots of different poses to help us feel and connect to the core. Let's start with a seated twist. Have your right leg straight out on the floor and left knee bent. If doing this kind of feels uncomfortable to your hips, because you don't usually sit on the floor, sit on a cushion. A couple of cushions will be really useful for this class. So right leg straight, left knee bent. Inhale all the way down to the pelvic floor and lift the right arm up. Exhale, hook your elbow over the knee and then take your left hand on the floor behind you. Twist to the side. Inhale, expanding the breath all the way down to the pelvic floor. Exhale, gathering the belly in. Feel if you can twist a little further. Stay with the breath, making each breath as big as you can. Finding connection to your pelvic floor. And also finding connection to the deep belly muscles. Inhale, turn forwards. And by the way, if your breath is longer or shorter than mine, that's totally fine. Just be breathing with as much of your breath capacity as you can. And if I'm saying inhale and you're exhaling, that's totally fine. Just catch up on the next breath. So this time the left leg is straight, right leg is bent. Inhale, sending the breath deep in the body and also lifting the left arm up. Exhale, hook the elbow over the knee and then take the right hand on the floor behind you. With every inhale, sending the breath right down to pelvic floor. With every exhale, lightly connecting to the belly. Not in a harsh way, just a subtle way. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Inhale and twist back to the front. Straighten out your right leg now. Bring the heel of your left foot in front of the groin and take the right leg out to the side some. We'll do a side bend here. Again, if the hips feel tight in this kind of sitting on the floor position, you could put a cushion underneath the hips. And if this knee feels kind of funny and the hip is pulling, put a cushion underneath the thigh. That can be really helpful too. We're going to go this way. Plant your right hand on the floor. Inhale, left hand up. Exhale, soften your right shoulder. Let the head of the shoulder move down. Inhale, sending breath to the pelvic floor. Exhale, lightly connecting to the belly. Feel this opening on the left-hand side of the waist. Left-hand side of the waist and left armpit getting to stretch out. Inhale and bring the top hand down. Exhale, change the legs around. So right heel in front of the groin, left leg is straight and out to the side. Again, if this hip feels just unstable or uncomfortable, try working with a cushion underneath the knee. Take your left hand on the floor. Inhale, right arm up. Exhale, coming into a side bend. Inhale, sending breath to the pelvic floor. Exhale, connecting to the belly. Staying with the deep breath. Even when I'm not talking, just lengthening and deepening the breath. Inhale, bring the top arm down and straighten out your legs. Exhale, give everything a shake. Downward facing dog. For this, you will start off in a kneeling position and have the hands firmly planted onto the floor, knees underneath the hips. Inhale, filling your torso with breath. Exhale, turn the toes under, lift the knees up and stretch the hips back into downward dog. Inhale, send the breath to the hips and lift the hips higher. Exhale, bring more weight into the feet so you feel a stretch in the back of the legs. Notice how the breath may feel different now you're upside down. Stay here for 2 more breaths, breathing into the pelvic floor and connecting to the belly on exhale. Then bring your knees down to the floor. Let's work with some abdominals. For this first one, just lie on your back. Head and shoulders are on the floor and take the hands on the belly. Let's feel that abdominal contraction whilst lying down. Inhale, filling up with breath. Exhale, gather the belly in. Gather both halves of the belly towards the midline. Feeling the subtle contraction. Inhale, soften the belly. Expand the breath. Exhale, contracting the belly subtly. Feeling as if the front points of the hips are drawing closer together. Now lift both legs up in the air for some leg dips. So knees start over the hips. Take a giant breath in and push your lower back ribs towards the floor. Keeping them pressed down, move the right foot a couple of inches towards the floor, but keeping the lower back ribs pressed down, keeping the knee bent. The foot might not go all the way to the floor. And if there's pain in the lower back, go less far. Inhale, knee comes back up. Send the breath to the pelvic floor. Exhale, press the lower back ribs down and then move the left foot in the direction of the floor, keeping lower back ribs pressed down, only going so far as feels stable in your back. Inhale, leg comes back up. Slowly is good. Press the lower back ribs down. Exhale, right foot moves towards the floor. Gather the belly in too. Inhale, foot comes back up. Send the breath into the back ribs. Pin the lower back ribs down. Exhale, move the left foot in the direction of the floor. Gather the belly in. Inhale, foot comes back up. Press the lower back ribs down. Exhale, right foot moves. Gathering the belly in. Moving slowly so you can feel the subtlety of it. Inhale, foot comes back up slowly. Exhale, left leg moves. Lower back ribs pressing down, belly gathering in. Inhale, slowly bring the leg up. Do one more on either side at your own pace. Then rest both feet on the floor. Notice your middle, if it feels like you're starting to warm up your middle. Next one is oblique toner with a cushion between the legs with the hips supported on a cushion. Let me show you this. Once you've got the hang of these poses, you can come straight into them. But if you can't remember this one, then watch me for like a round, for 3 breaths, and then come into it yourself. So I'm going to put something underneath my hips, like a cushion. This is supporting the hip bones rather than the lower back. And then I've got another cushion that I'm taking between the thighs, and I'll have both knees bent to a right angle. Inhale and clasp the hands together above the chest. Squeeze the cushion between your thighs. Exhale, roll your legs to the left a little bit, and then take your right elbow to the right hand side. You're not going too far with the legs. Inhale, legs back to the middle, hands back over the chest. Squeeze the roll. Exhale, legs go to the right, elbow goes to the left. You're not going too far, like you're still balancing on the hips. Inhale, hands to the middle, knees to the middle. Lightly squeeze the cushion. Exhale, legs left, arms right. Gather the belly in. Feel the slightly different contraction that's happening now. Inhale, hands to the middle, knees to the middle. Exhale, elbows to the left, legs to the right. Inhale, back to the middle. Exhale, legs left, elbows right. Tracking sensation around the middle of the body. Inhale, back to the hands back up, knees back up. Just keep squeezing the cushion. Exhale, legs to the right, arms to the left. Inhale, come back to the center. Do one more on either side. And then remove your cushion, bring your feet to the floor, roll onto one side. And next we'll do standing Uddiyana. This is the one where you're pulling the belly in to really activate the muscles here in a different way. So watch my belly for this. Inhale, relaxing the belly outwards. Exhale, fast through the mouth. And then hold the breath and pull the belly in. Hold the breath like that for up to 10. Inhale, relax the belly. I quite like to have the hands braced on the thighs for this, like this. Belly softens outwards. Exhale fast through the mouth. Hold the breath. Pull the belly back and up and in. Press the hands into the thighs. Holding the breath. Let's do 2 more. Inhale, relax the belly. Exhale through the mouth, fast. Hold the breath. Pull the belly back and up and in. Relax the belly outwards. Massive, gentle breath in. 1 more round. Exhale everything out. Hold the breath. Pull the belly back and up and in. And then relax the belly. And come back to regular yoga breathing now. So breathing slowly in through the nose. Slowly out through the nose. And let's come to the particular intent we're working with today. So on the inhale, sending breath to the pelvic floor. On the exhale, lightly gathering the belly in. Hip circles. This is great for lubricating the hip joint. Step your left foot forward just a tiny way and balance on the ball of your left foot. Have both hands on the front and back of the right hip. Inhale all the way down to the pelvic floor and circle a few times one way. Exhale and circle a few times the other way. Just getting gentle, slow movement around the hip joint. Inhale, circling one way. Exhale, circling the other way. Other side. Step the right foot forward, balance on the ball of the foot. Take both hands on the front and back of the left hip. Inhale, circle it around. Exhale, change the direction of the circle. Inhale, circling. Exhale, circling the other way. One more breath here. Slowly is good. Yoga is all about being able to do things slow and with control. Great. Next, we will do a standing balancing lunge. Step your left foot forward and your right foot back and balance on the toes of your right foot. If you're feeling strong, you could bend the right knee down a little. Check your left knee is over the ankle, but not forward of the ankle. Bring the knee back over the ankle. Great. You could work this pose with both hands on the hips or arms forward. Inhale, sending breath to the pelvic floor. Exhale, lightly gathering the belly in. Keeping the breath steady. Relax your arms if they're up and step forward. Let's do the other leg. So you'll have the right leg forward, left leg back. Lift up the left heel off the floor, bend the back knee. Doing this either with hands on hips or arms up in the air. Coming back to the breath. Smoothing the breath. Lightly connecting to your core on exhale. Relax the arms and step forwards. Wide-legged forward bend. Take the legs 3 or 4 feet apart. Have the feet parallel. Inhale and press the feet firmly into the floor. Exhale, bend the knees a little and come into a forward bend, relaxing the arms down. Relaxing the head forwards too. Inhale and sway the arms from side to side. Keep swaying them. Exhale, check the neck is relaxed, check your jaw is relaxed. Just hanging out here in a forward bend, either swaying the arms or placing the hands on the floor. Feeling if you can stay in breath connection with the hips and the belly. Letting the neck relax. Inhale and bring both hands onto your hips. Exhale and stand up. Heel toe the feet in towards each other. Lying down twist on the back. Have your arms out at right angles to the body. Lying on the back with the knees bent. Inhale, sending the breath to the pelvic floor. Exhale, lightly gather the belly in. Let the knees track over to your left. Inhale, sending breath to the hips, knees to the middle. Exhale, knees go slowly to the other side. Being aware of lightly gathering the belly in. Inhale to the middle. Keep going. Do 2 more either side. Allowing yourself time. Just moving in a way that feels good for your hips, your back, your legs. Not straining or forcing. Once you've finished that round, then we'll come into Shavasana, which is the thing that happens at the end of yoga class where you get to rest on the floor for a few minutes. So bring the arms closer to the hips and straighten the legs out on the floor. If it would feel good to have a low cushion underneath the head, you could put a cushion under the head. Let's do a short tension release sequence. Huge breath in. Hold the breath and tighten up all the muscles in the legs. So the feet, lower legs, upper legs, tighten the muscles really tight, squeeze them, then sigh and release. Ah. Take a giant breath in. Tense up all the muscles in the arms. The hands, the lower arms, the upper arms. Squeeze all the muscles in the arms really tight. Then sigh and let go. Ah. Big breath in, filling the torso with breath. Now hold your breath and tense up everything from your pelvic floor, through the belly, through the ribs, the chest, the shoulders, the neck. Tense everything really tight, squeeze the muscles, then sigh and let go. Ah. One more. Huge breath in. Hold the breath, squeeze up all the muscles in your head, like your face, your eyes, your nose, your mouth, your ears, your neck, your jaw. Squeeze them all really tight. Then sigh and let go. Ah. Then let go of controlling the breath. Allow your breath to just move in its natural pattern. Whatever's your natural pattern in this moment. Let go of controlling your body and allow your body simply to rest as it is on the floor. Resting on the floor for a few minutes. Giving yourself permission to do absolutely nothing. And whether your mind is full of thoughts or whether your mind is empty like a blue sky, just allowing the body some stillness and some rest time. So unless you're uncomfortable, don't fidget, just stay still. Resting in stillness for just a few minutes. Inhale and send your breath to the pelvic floor. Exhale, connect to the belly. Bend your knees And have the soles of the feet on the floor, and take both hands onto your belly. Feel for breathing so that area can have a sense of relaxing as you breathe in, and light activation as you breathe out. So you can have a sense of spaciousness and powerfulness around the belly area, or whatever qualities you want to bring there. Whether that's peace or calm or aliveness, or a few different things. Then start to move the fingers and toes. And if there's any way you'd like to stretch out right now, have a bit of a stretch out. And then roll onto the side and sit up. Once you're upright, come into that breath again, inhaling into pelvic floor. Exhaling, lightly engaging across the belly. So thank you for coming to class today. Enjoy your yoga practice.